In today's video, we're going to talk about releasing the need for external validation. And when you start to live like this, how others and opportunities view you will not matter. It's the outer world, and it's actually the inner world that creates your reality. And when you start to wrap your head around this concept, that your self-talk is going to change. And in a lot of situations in what we're trying to create in life, what actually puts a stop or a void on the thing you want to actually happen is that you're imagining things you'd like to happen, but your self-talk wants you to believe in the old. It wants you to think that these things are not possible. I can think of them, like winning the lottery or getting 1 million subscribers on YouTube, but I can't bring them to life. And when you change the self-talk to actually being more in alignment with your imagination, with the thought and the feelings of the wish fulfilled, you're actually bringing the things that are subjectively thought and created in your mind to objective when you realize them. And it's not by needing the proof of it happening that day or the next day when you wake up or even the day after that. It's about being persistent in the feeling of the wish fulfilled and knowing that your worth is based on how you feel about yourself, not about how they feel. And bringing awareness to why you may feel that way. It could have to do with a neediness, a feeling unwanted in certain aspects, certain things that have happened to you throughout your life. And knowing that those things were not your fault. And what you would need to do is to stop dwelling on the past. And the characters that we are creating through the material on the channel here, we choose to dwell on the present moment. And in the present moment, when you practice living, feeling, acting, being the person that has all of the things you imagine, by feeling it, thinking it, becoming it, that the universe, God, and the people around you will begin to reflect what you believe to be true because you cannot be denied of it. It is the law of your assumption, the law of your consciousness. Your consciousness is what creates your state of being, which is your I am, which is connected to God, source, energy. And when you no longer need the validation from other people and opportunities to reflect to you by a particular time, like the victim and people pleaser in us from the past needs things done by a certain time for us to believe it. And when you're able to overcome those obstacles and keep persisting in the feeling of the wish fulfilled and taking action on it in these states of being, that is when the opportunities come to you when you least expect. Because when you want these things done and they need to be here by tomorrow, well, spoiler alert, that's when you end up losing faith And the desired event ends up being something that you just think is make believe, that I can't believe in that. And what if I were to tell you, if you believe in it, persist in it, act in it, be it every single day, that these things will begin to come to life? And when I stopped putting conditions or expectancy, or at least expecting shitty results, and I switched it to expecting good results, not needing them by a particular time, I would focus on a state of being. Let's use me as an example. My state of being on the channel as a YouTuber that is a one-on-one coach, a mindset coach. I run a YouTube and an Instagram. So imagine if I needed to have 1 million subscribers by tomorrow, and I would need to be making $700 to $1,000 per day to feel rich, to feel wealthy. I would need it tomorrow. What would happen is I'm depending on people and situations to come and make me feel like that. What if I were to tell you, if you felt like that ahead of time, that the universe would rearrange your life in such ways to lead up to that success that you have realized, and then it would come to life. It would come into the objective world. I've had many signs of it already happening. Some I can't go into great detail because my employer has told me not to say anything. But just look in the form of this field I am involved in. I used to have an old opinion about myself. My self-talk was, I was only good to do this. As you know, I'm a former truck driver. I would just be driving the truck, and this is all I'm good for. But I would imagine, oh, I would love to do fitness, or I would love to be a YouTuber or a success on social media. And then I began going to work on it. But it's like the success didn't come the very next day. I had to be persistent. And let's get real. I would feel shitty when things wouldn't happen, which is depending on the formal, the outside validation for me to continue to want to do it. And when I stepped into a state of being and just kept doing it without the results, I attracted an audience who resonated with the real me. And it wasn't that I needed that stuff. It was that people could feel my energy and that I own who I am. And I just persisted in the feeling of already being that success. And then things started to work in my favor, in alignment with me being successful and being able to change careers. And the same can be possible for you. You need to continue feeling like you've already got it, feeling like you already are it. And you are no longer putting conditions on people needing to do things for you. When you lose the needs and the wants and just persist in the state of being, the I am you can put in front of anything you want to be. And when you lose faith and you feel like you're not on the right path, continue right back to the I am and feel it until it becomes true. I am a fitness instructor, a personal trainer. And the more I kept doing that and being it and figuring out what works on my social media, things started to grow for me. Clients started to reach out to me. Not through me wanting, not through me waiting, through me being. And this is who I am at my core. Like I am on this channel, like I am with the clients I train at the gym. It is not an act. And you don't become this overnight. You need to persist as if you're a person making $120,000 a year. You need to persist in the acting, thinking, and feeling as you're doing your dream job already. And what would that version of you do throughout your whole day? And this is where the power of imagination becomes a very powerful tool. And when you envision that, keep your eyes closed when you wake up in the morning and envision yourself from the moment you woke up and some of the steps throughout your day, the actions you took throughout that day, doing the things you love, doing the career, the job you love, having the partner of your choosing in your life. And if you have bad relationships with certain people, you wish or just hoped that it was a different result in that relationship, you need to bring the energy back to self and have happy thoughts towards that person. Have good conversations with them in your imagination, not to manipulate them into your life, but you persist with the feeling of that person. You forgive them for their unconscious ways of being, and you be your powerful self. And over time, your relationship with that person will shift. It's a very powerful way of being. You're living through the law of your assumption, as per Neville Goddard. And when you start to live your life this way, believing in the greater good, we are powered by the greater good, the universal intelligence. And our energies, our success in the businesses we have created are no longer dependent on outer validation. We attract to us who are in alignment with our businesses. We attract to us people who think we are doing great things, but we don't chase after it. Because remember in past videos, when you chase after stuff, like a relationship, it's because there was something missing. Or currently present, there is something missing here and now. And when you persist in the feeling of already having it, you will take on the state of being it and learn to live in states of consciousness that are above a person with pride and anger. And you have the courage now and the acceptance to persist. You made a social media post yesterday and it got 0 likes. Well, today, you persist as if you got 250 likes and 30 million views or whatever it is. And persist in that feeling of you're going to continue doing this, you're going to continue making videos, no matter what the results are. And if you don't like those results, you just need to change your approach and switch things up from time to time. But keep persisting in your truth, in your self-validation, which is powered by self-love. We love ourselves. We love this life we have created, and we persist in it regardless of what our senses are now experiencing. And when you change your I am from it ending with could not do that, wish I could do that, to having it, being it, owning it, filling up your own cup, you start to attract to you, by the law of your assumption, what you believe to be true. And then it comes to life. It turns from a subjective, which is limitless, where you could go with your life is limitless in the form of opportunities and relationship is limitless. But first we need to let go. A big thing is letting go. And one of the major things around this, I even dealt with, if I'm going to go deep, is the fear to start or the fear to believe in something greater. The fear of believing myself actually being that successful until I actually started to build a community here with you guys. And then it powered me. It empowered me to keep going, is helping others the same way I can help them on their fitness goals. I help people who are following me, who reach out for one-on-one mindset coaching, to start to live your life like this every single day. And then the opportunities will be reflected back to you because you've changed your energy to being. You are it. It's already done. You take on the energy that it's already done. It's here. It's here and now. And you're not cocky. You're not somebody with a bad attitude. You are actually changing the attitudes of the victim, the fear and the anger, the resentment, to someone who's doing things in a certain way, like the people you used to envy, that you thought it was impossible for you. You make yourself equal. You are successful just by finishing this video, making it this far, and being aware that you can start to live your life this way every day by imagining, feeling that these thoughts and feelings you are creating in your body, in alignment with your imagined way, with your path that will come to you, because your state of consciousness and the desire of the wish fulfilled is now a match. And when those things are a match, like the line of time you have chosen to step in, connected to the quantum field, feel yourself just floating in that evening meditation, floating, becoming nobody, nowhere and no time, as per Joe Dispenza. Then we become just conscious being, state of awareness, aware of being aware, aware that every possibility exists in the fourth dimension. And we change from the third dimension to the fourth dimension, to making what we thought could be true and realizing it, and knowing that you are in the line of time that is it, and it's already done. There is no more work to do. There is no path to greatness, path to success. You actually shorten the window between you and the desired event happening. You shorten it by persisting, acting, thinking, and feeling as the most successful you. So I thank you for watching this one, and we'll see you on the next video.